What's up, guys? Rob here with my very first YouTube video. This is a YouTube video. So I'm going to be playing with a rental team with a Darkrai on it because I've wanted to do that for a while. I'm going to be playing 3 battles. I'm going to walk you through the mindset of each one. And the rental code for this is, well, we're up here. Up there in the top right corner. This is from a guy named Mr. Curetastic, and I found this exact team from a streamer called Jeans. So Jeans, if you find this, nice to meet you, bro. Thank you for the team. So we got a Darkrai with Dark Pulse, Dark Void, Protect, and Sucker Punch, holding a Focus Sash. We got a Groudon with Precipice Blades, Heat Crash, Heavy Slam, and Protect. We also got a Chi-Yu with a Heat Wave, Dark Pulse, Snarl, and Overheat. We have a Sandy Shocks, which I've actually never used before at all. I don't have Scarlet, I only have Violet, so I've never used the Sandy Shocks. So we'll see what that's all about. And then we got Fluttermane with Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, Icy Wind, Shadow Ball, holding Choice Specs. And of course, we got Rillaboom. Rillaboom's a staple of any team here. All right, so the first matchup that we got is against a Zacian, Groudon, Murkrow, Raging Bolt, Chi-Yu, and... oh, I should know the name of this other thing. I know it plays in the Sun, so we're looking at a Sun team. Okay, looking at a Sun team, and we want to get the Sandy Shocks going. What type is a Sandy Shocks? I should know that as a Pokemon streamer, right? Okay, gonna be fine into the Sun, and then we'll bring our own Groudon Chi-Yu in the back in case we get stuck in a Sun versus Sun battle. But we got Darkrai going out with the Sandy Shocks with the hope of putting Gravity down and then putting the other team to sleep. Do we have any Tailwind? We're not playing speed control here. So we're going and hoping to put teams to sleep, and then we're going to hit them hard. Let's see what goes on. I would imagine it could be a Murkrow Groudon lead to try to get the Sun up right away. The team doesn't thrive without the Sun. It's in Japanese. All right, Murkrow and whatever the hell that thing's called. And we got our Darkrai and Sandy Shocks, of course. So we got our Photosynthesis from the Booster Energy going, boosting up our speed. So Murkrow's definitely going to set a Tailwind here. And we're going to go with a Gravity to increase the chance of a Dark Void hitting, because we're looking at a 50% accurate. I believe it becomes... is it 100% accurate? It's something pretty good. It might be 100%. All right, so we see the Tailwind come out. That was to be expected. This is game 1, remember, of 3 games. Now we got the Gravity down. Gravity has intensified. We got a Taunt, and I think that kind of busts our plan right open. Yeah, can't use Dark Void. All right, it is what it is. So, what do we got? We can try to slow him down now. And I think we might pivot out. Or we can... yeah, what type is that thing on the other side? Straight Grass. We would want to threaten with... I think we would want to threaten with a Chi-Yu here. Yeah, we're going to swap into the Chi-Yu. And what the hope is that we're going to set... or we're going to take whatever hit this is. Probably some type of grass move. Okay, whatever that. I should move myself a little bit. All right, we dropped the Electro Web, bringing the Murkrow down to Sash. That's pretty good. And we're dropping their speed. They are in Tailwind, but Sandy Shocks was still outspeeding despite the Tailwind. Triple Axle. Ooh. Oh, that's okay, because we need Groudon to come in at this point to set the Sun, which is playing probably to their advantage as well. But that's what we're rolling with now. Or, no, we should set the Sun. Can always come back to the Darkrai for the Dark Pulse, or not the Dark Pulse, the Dark Void later. We got a Drought going, so now we're going to have the boost on the Fire-type moves. We probably just protect Groudon here. And we go with a Heat Wave, try to pick up a double KO. Boosted Heat Wave, Choice Scarf, Chi-Yu. Should still outspeed despite the Tailwind. Maybe not the Murkrow, it should outspeed, whatever the other thing is called. Someone drop a comment letting me know what that Pokemon is called. It's not a Lilligant. Is it? It might be. If it's a Lilligant, then that's too easy, but let me know in the chat or in the comments what that one's called. All right, Groudon protects. Hopefully they double into Groudon. That would be so clutch. If we don't go first. Now we go first. Double KO. Yep, there it is. All right, solid move there. Now they're going to bring in probably their own Groudon Chi-Yu is what I would expect. Which is totally fine. So we would be looking at probably Terrafire on the Groudon. We have Terra. Probably go Terra on that. Oh! Oh. Okay. Well, that's more what I expected. That's interesting. A Zacian there. Super interesting. We go with the Terrafire Precipice Blades, and then we just Heat Wave, I think. It would be looking for the KO on the Zacian. It probably makes more sense to just Heat Wave. Yeah, it probably just makes sense to Heat Wave. Alright, we're Terra on the Groudon into Fire to protect against a fighting type move coming in from the Zacian. I think this is a solid defensive play here. I don't know if it adds anything offensively, but yeah, we tank that perfectly fine now. Do we tank that? We don't tank that. That's okay though, because the more important attack was the Groudon attack. And we win. All right, easy start right there. 1-0, baby. 2 more to go. All right, good start. We didn't get the Darkrai start that we wanted, but we got the, like, just the straight fire when we got the Sun team coming in. This is a unique team because we're kind of hitting them with 2 different combos. The first is the Darkrai and the Sandy Shocks. So we got the ability to kind of make them expect a sleep turn, makes them play a little bit defensive. And then we can swap in. It's actually 3 sets of 2 is the way that I would look at this team, because you could pair Flutter Mane with the Rillaboom as well to do a bit of damage, since the Rillaboom's got a fake out to protect the Flutter Mane. That's probably sashed up if I remember correctly. All right, another battle. This is battle number 2. We got Calyrex Ice Rider. We got, oh, what's that thing called? Magerna, something like that. Magerna. I'll have to get my language up if I'm going to be streaming Pokemon. We got the Annihilate there, the Rillaboom, Incineroar, and Pinchin. Really got to get these names down. Okay. So we can still lead the Darkrai. I think we go with the same exact team. I mean, I don't see a reason to switch it. With Fire's going to be great into pretty much everything they got there. Yeah, all right, let's get into it. Battle number 2. All right, what do we got? I don't know what their lead's going to be. I'm imagining Rillaboom's a part of it. Okay, it wasn't. All right, Magerna. Let's get a type check on that. Is it a Psychic type? That's my thought. It could be Fairy, which is fine. Steel Fairy. Okay. Steel Fairy seems to be like a popular typing, doesn't it? All right. And now the Annihilate is likely to use some type of ghost move. Right? It's gonna Rage Fist. I don't know what Magerna even does. So, great content here for me. But let's go with the Dark Void and Gravity combo again. Right? I don't see a reason not to. Or do we... Oh, they might be expecting this. They might have seen a YouTube video about it like I did. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. I think it's the best play. How we doing? We won game 1. Final Gambit. All right. Well, we're sashed up, so we'll take that as long as Darkrai moves next and puts the Magerna to sleep. We're doing good, Shred. That was a solid first start. Soul Heart, Special Attack Rose. I'm learning a lot about this Pokemon, but go to sleep. Thank you. Nice knowing you. Okay, so now we know we can Earth Power into that slot. Is this a Diancie or a Magerna? I don't really know. I do not know anything about this Pokemon. Basically, I stopped playing Pokemon. We got Bad Dreams hitting it, by the way. Don't forget about the Bad Dreams. I stopped playing Pokemon after, like, Platinum. And I didn't pick it up until I started seeing some Wolfie videos. So shout out Wolfie if you're seeing this. Hopefully you watch some smaller streamers, watch some smaller creators. All right, what type is this thing? Electric. It's not going to be fast. We're going to outspeed that. I think we should double... Just Dark Void again, actually. And put it to sleep. Yeah, let's just put it to sleep and go after this thing. Could see a swap here. Wolfie could be in the chat. I mean, it's just me and... there's someone else here. So it could be Wolfie. You never know. Dark Void. Oh, Electric Terrain. All right, big beginner mistake. I'm going to see some hazing in the chat, hopefully, about that. Get me right. Dazzling Gleam will take out the Darkrai. Will probably lose Sandy Shocks here as well. That's a big L, actually, because a Dark Pulse into the Majerna slot probably ends the game. But now we're going to be a little bit cooked. Cooked is a strong word. So we saw them use Dazzling Gleam. They're really high on special attack. We do not have any priority moves, so we need to hope that Chi-Yu will outspeed with the Choice Scarf, which it probably will. But you can see how mistakes would compound there. So the mistake being, of course, getting, one, not knowing the game mechanic that Electric Terrain would protect against the sleep, but also just kind of getting greedy. Like, why do we need to sleep that other guy? We can just double into one of the slots with attacks and be in a much better position. Now, Scald would be bad into our ground type. I think we do the same play we did in game 1. We protect the Groudon and hope that we can connect the Heat Wave. I wish their team was in English so that I could get a fact check on this thing. I can look it up after the stream, but I don't want to click off the screen and have it be a messed up look. But you can see this is some high-level Pokemon knowledge here on this channel. This channel is all about the strat. Okay, they are going with a Terra. What is their Terra? Their Terra is into that thing, and it is a flying Terra. They were protecting against Precipice Blades. Okay, well, that's fine, because I'm protecting the Groudon. Whatever, loser. And plus, wouldn't with Gravity it would still hit them anyway? I don't know. Double KO. This team is broken. I can literally make 100 mistakes, and it doesn't matter. I'm being saved by the strength of this team that I did not build myself. So, call me whatever you want to call me, but can't call me Game 2 loss. Unless things go horribly wrong in the next couple of seconds. Which they could. You never know. Alright, Calyrex Ice. That's going to go with a Glacial Lance. And they already Terra'd, so we're going to overheat Precipice Blades with the... Actually, we can overheat Heat Crash. We can just absolutely annihilate this thing. They're going to forfeit it. Oh, Choice Scarf. They're going to forfeit. Yeah. Alright, that's game 2. And we're 2-0. So this is going particularly well. It's nice when things go good, huh? So, we got one more here for the video. We're going to be looking at a game 3. I was definitely looking for a team including this. I saw the Jeans video, as I mentioned in the beginning, and thought it would be a cool team to run. So, can we get the 3-0 sweep, or is it going to be a 2-1 kind of night? Kyogre and Arceus. Arceus can't tell what type it is, so... This is a pretty standard team outside of the Arceus, I think. I've seen this. I played this team a lot. I would usually lead with the Grimmsnarl, although they could be going Tailwind. I very much doubt they're going with a Trick Room team. Do we switch our lead? I don't think so. I think there's been zero reason to switch. Yeah, I mean, the video's about Darkrai, right? I think optimally, though, we need to bring Rillaboom here. No, we're gonna have to do the Weather Warp. We're gonna play the weather game. Because this is a Darkrai video. We need to bring Darkrai, right? It would be crazy not to. I like the song. Guys, fits crazy. Grimmsnarl, as expected, Incineroar. So... I would imagine a fake out here, and I would imagine some kind of screen. Do they know about gravity? Because we don't have Protect. Oh, do we have Protect on both? Let me see. Okay, well, let's just Protect through the Fake Out instead of wasting the Terra up front. Because now we can set up next turn a Gravity Dark Void situation. Although Dark moves would hit Incineroar or no? Okay, so had we gone with the Terra, they would have faked out into the Sandy Shocks, preventing the Gravity. They do get a Light Screen up, which is, I mean, it is what it is, right? We just kind of got to deal with it. We were expecting it to get up. Okay, so this should hit, though. Yeah. We'll Gravity Dark Void now. So this has been the original plan. Gravity, of course, Oh. That could be a counter. Misty Terrain. This is, again, a lack of game knowledge. I think Misty Terrain is... blocks the Dark Void. Good plays by them. Good plays. No lie. That was well done. Alright. So now, what do? Now, I think we have to get rid of this Grimmsnarl. We swap... Kyogre's going to probably Water Spout, and it's probably going to take out the Sandy Shocks. But we have a chance to attack with Sandy Shocks first, or we set up the Sun. We'll set up the Sun. Let's do that. And let's... Am I getting greedy to Terra the Sandy Shocks here? I think I am getting greedy to Terra the Sandy Shocks, but I see no reason that it couldn't work. So we tank the Kyogre hit, and we slow them down. Then we go again, and we slow them down. So we're absolutely cooking them on speed when Groudon comes in. Let's do it. Screw it. Screw it. Let's see if it works. So we set the Sun, reduce the Water Spout damage that would come, and Grimmsnarl probably attacks this turn or sets up a Reflect. Could set up a Reflect. Either way, whatever. And now we're going to Terra into the Sandy Shocks, which I think is like the least offensive Terra that we could have gone here. Maybe I get flamed in the chat for this. Maybe not. But I think it was the most defensive Terra that we could have picked out of the options. Yeah, setting up the other screen. And now I'm expecting a Water Spout from Kyogre. After our Electro Web, of course. Slowing him down for the next turn. So we do lose the ability to Terra the Groudon, which is not phenomenal, I won't lie. Alright, but we should be getting rid of this Grimmsnarl so it can't set up anymore. Let's see if we can get rid of it with these attacks. I don't know. I don't feel great about this one, to be honest. This could be a tough one to win. Because I'm imagining a swap out on the Kyogre here, and we're going to double into the Grimmsnarl slot, not knowing what's going to switch in. Yeah. Do we pick up a KO through the screens? I don't know. I hope, but I really don't know. Yeah, it's not... I don't think so. Maybe? Okay, we do. We do. That's actually big. Because now we can kind of begin to wait it out. And with the Misty Terrain going away in, what, 2 turns? We might be able to protect through it. Kyogre comes in to reset the weather. They might imagine me to... Actually, I would imagine they Tailwind here. Let me check. So we got 2 more of the Misty Terrain before we can get Darkrai back in to try to put them to sleep. So I think they're going to set a Tailwind here. It's greedy. I think it's really greedy for me to Electro Web on this turn. I think I'm going to just double Protect. I don't really see the value of Electro Webbing if they Tailwind, because I think even with that, like, Torn would still outspeed. Kyogre probably is close. Oh, and they went with an attack anyway, so very happy with the double Protect there. Probably a spread move from the Kyogre, yeah. This is going well. I mean... I think that this team is making me look a little bit better than I am, which is totally fine for my debut video on what will be on YouTube, but Now we're going to swap out the Groudon. Where are we? Do we need the double? I kind of want... I think we sack. I think we sack to Water Spout. And we Electro Web to slow him down. And why are we sacking here? That's a question. Why would we sack? Because we want to set the sun again. Kyogre is going to tear through us if it's in the rain. We go down here most likely, in all honesty. They got the Tailwind up. They got the Tailwind up. It's fine. Electro Web to slow him down just a little bit. So we lose Chi-Yu, Groudon comes back in, or Darkrai comes in. Oh, we don't lose the Chi-Yu. Okay, that's fine. Sandy Shock's more than did its job, I believe. So they have the Mist disappear. They have Tailwind up. They have Hurricane. I think we have to... This is a really tough situation. I think Darkrai comes in. How fast is Darkrai? It's not going to outspeed the Tornadus. It's fast, but it's not going to outspeed the Tornadus. Can we Sucker Punch, though? So we did all this just to get the sun back up, and now we're not putting the sun up. We're going to protect the Chi-Yu. It doesn't have Protect. Alright, we're going to sack Groudon then if they go with Water Spout. And we're going to Sucker Punch into the Tornadus slot. Because I believe that they're going to think that Tornadus is the fastest, which it is, and then Kyogre's third after Darkrai. Can we pick up the KO on Tornadus before it hits Darkrai? And of course we reduce the Water Spout damage, but I think it still KOs Groudon. It's going to be a roll. I don't know. I just don't know. But I feel good about that. Withdrawing Kyogre is huge for us. They might have a chance to win the Weather War if this Sucker Punch doesn't end up taking out the Tornadus, but I feel good about the play. I do. Take it out. Oh, not even close. What? Reflect. Reflect. Alright, so that's what I had imagined to happen. Unfortunately now, that means that Kyogre is going to come back in and have absolute wreckage just happening to us. So we'll be able to get a Precipice Blades. A little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. Because I really thought that we were gonna win this one. I think we're gonna come down to a 2v1, and then Kyogre's just gonna sweep out. But that's all right. We went what will be 2-1, unless they misplay horribly, and then be 3-0. Yeah, here comes to reduce the damage from the Heat Wave and save the Tornadus. We use Precipice Blades though. We use Precipice Blades, though. Will that do some good damage to the Kyogre? It's this Reflect. Man. Super unfortunate turn of events for the team. But... literally had some fun. Oh, it flinched! You can flinch off Dark Pulse? Hold on. You can flinch off Dark Pulse? You can what? You can flinch off the Dark Pulse? I didn't know that. Hold on. Hold on. I think there's a win condition here then. Because we would outspeed the dead Kyogre. Is there a win condition here? Precipice Blades, and they can set a Tailwind, but it wouldn't matter. Do we just win? I think we just win. Well, they'll fake out, so we should go... What's more important to get rid of? I think the Incineroar is more important to get rid of. So we're choiced into Dark Pulse, which is fine, because it got us the KO. It got us the flinch. The flinch saved the chance of everything. Did we win? Oh, Hurricane KOs. Okay, we still lose. Really fun, though. Really fun, like, almost had it. Reflect really made a difference in this this battle. But, yeah, it was still fun. I had a good time. So, maybe Incineroar misses whatever move it uses 100 times and we end up winning. Was there a clear win condition that I missed? If there was, like, someone let me know, because I didn't really introduce myself, but I am attempting to document my journey to learning competitive Pokemon and putting it on Twitch and YouTube. And so if you see some like game mechanic mistakes, please comment them, because I'm trying to learn different things. Like in this video, I know that I had the electric terrain go poorly with the Dark Void. I guess it really didn't matter in that battle. In this last one, I think I'll have to watch it back, but there must have been some kind of misplay somewhere along the way. I maybe think that it came down to the Terra on the Sandy Shocks. It just didn't feel like a strong play. It felt like a scared play to kind of delay, and then I didn't really know what I was doing with it to make it kind of worth it. So once again, thank you for the rental team, Mr. Curatastic. There were definitely some misplays in there, but I hope that you're catching the vibe that I'm not a total beginner, but I still have a lot to learn in the VGC world. Thank you for everyone that watched live on Twitch, and it'll be on YouTube pretty soon. So let me know in the comments if you saw any misplays. Really curious genuinely to see that. I want to just improve every single time that I play. And then let me know if there's any specific teams. You know, I'm asking you for too much. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.